weird. There's activity in my empty hive, so apparently a feral swarm has moved in. I'm gonna have to figure out what the heck is going on here. And that's my proper hive. So I'm gonna open this supposedly empty hive to see who's moved in. See, there's some activity in here. I don't know if a little swarm moved in or what, but I don't like it because I don't understand who it is yet. Okay, what you're about to see is what happens when you don't close your hive box that you think is empty, or that is empty, that you're planning on moving a potential feral hive into, and then if it doesn't move in there and you leave it open like I did down here, it looks like a great house for this now feral swarm. And I'm gonna show you in a peek what it looks like, and then I'm going to let them be until I inspect my other hive, and then I'll come back with materials to help. But basically, look at this. Okay. These are my carniolans, and as you can see, they look just fantastic. Love to see this. Lots of bees. There's a lot of burr comb because I did not open up their hive the last couple months during the winter rains. So I'm gonna have to clean that up now. You can hear I distinctly hear a queen piping. I'm trying to find her. Oh, look, this is her. I found a new feral queen. Check this out. Oh my god. This is swarm cell 3. This is my victorious queen. The one, there she is, see? She's piping. Basically, she has hatched. And that piping sound is her announcing that she is the victor. Okay, so I wish I had on video what I just did. I just discovered that my carniolans have swarmed and that they were creating all these queens. But when I was first going through, I was squashing queen cells thinking maybe I was going to prevent them, but I had not yet found my carniolan queen. Well, I started to hear this piping sound. It's where she A new queen will kind of bang her abdomen against the comb frames like this, dee, 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 dee. And it's basically announcing that she is the first one out. She's the strongest queen, and she's going to come out, and she wants all challengers to come fight her. And she's going to come around and pull out all the remaining queens from their queen cells, or sting them if they're inside, or rip, make sure to eliminate her competition. So now I don't feel bad at all. But what I'm going to do later is show you. Here's some of them. But I'll go through some of those queen cells that I started to rip out before I knew there was a new one. And I know it's a new one because my carniolan was very shiny and dark, like caramel brown, almost black. Very beautiful. This one is totally different. And I'll show you video, she is almost like a light reddish blonde, and her legs are very light blonde. But she's their new queen for now. And yes, I'm gonna have to requeen because they made her. So she's gonna mate with drones, feral drones up in the sky in Poway. And Poway has feral bees, so I will have to requeen at some point. But for right now, I just moved the center 8 frames and made sure I had her in there. And I added a box on top because they're already going crazy as they love to do in this amazing nectar flow, making honey. And there's even capped, like almost a full side of capped honey, and a lot of nectar that's getting dehydrated. So they are doing fantastic. I also saw some mites, mostly on a couple drones, but I'm not going to do any treatment today because I've got my work cut out for me dealing with this other feral swarm. So I will, and also I have a feeling that they're going to do okay with the mites because they're either carniolan or they're feral, both of whom are pretty hardy when it comes to mites. So I'll worry about that treatment on my next inspection, maybe around the time I'm requeening, I'm not sure. But now I'm going to move on to the feral hive, but I'll show you their new digs. Okay, so here is their new digs, and you can see I put a super on because these 8 frames are all maxed out. And in fact, I'm kind of waiting for them to kind of walk up into their new home. You can see that they're spreading their pheromones from their nasonov gland to let their sisters down here know home's right up here, same place, different box. And then I have one extra frame over here that has mostly brood, so I'm assuming that's nurse bees on there, and I will put that in the new box of ferals over here until I can requeen that, or actually combine it with the new hive that's coming. Just eliminate the queen and maybe do a newspaper division, I'm not sure, but we'll see. I believe this hive is actually queenless. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but there's a ton of eggs in each of these. Try to make a queen with the brood I'm putting in there right now with that other frame of bees. When I was transferring that hive over, you can see maybe I spilled honey all over my outfit, so I still have some girls who are trying to eat up. So, these are my new hives. I mean, the one on the right was my carniolan, and they are now rogue. They've made their own queen. She's ruling. And then this one over here is just a little, it's like a swarm or some leftover bees. I had a decent number though, as you can tell from coming in and out. Built some comb of their own. They were storing a good amount of honey, good enough for me to spill all over myself. And right now they appear to be queenless. So I put a frame of brood from that one into this one, so they can make, it's sealed and unsealed, some nurse bees. They can make a new queen if they are still able, if it's not too far gone. It might be too far gone. We'll see. But they're kind of thriving in a weird way. So this is their new these are their new boxes. They're both in 8s now. And I just trimmed all the weeds that were kind of hitting up against the stand just to make sure no ants get in. And we'll see what happens next week when I do a check next week.